So over the past few weeks or few days, about a week I think, I've become obsessed with these little hand-drawn and then laser cut little mini tags that I've created. So this is the sheet of all the tags. As you can see, they're all irregular, they're all wobbly and wonky. There's 10 on a sheet. And I've been using them to create a couple or some little projects. I mean, here's a little little bottle, kind of Alice in Wonderlandy kind of inspired. And you may have seen on my Facebook or Instagram, I did this one using one of the little tags on there as a kind of urban art journal page. And then I did a few days before that, I created a little Halloweeny kind of apothecary style using some of the stamps, and again using another one of those wobbly tags on there. And I just thought today, seeing as it's quiet, the boys are all asleep, Ian's at work, I'd have another play and do another one. So I wanted some small tags. This is the reason behind it, really. I wanted some small tags that I could stamp little sentiments onto. Now, I've got my journaling quotes stamp, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 12 on there. And I thought sometimes they can get a little bit lost if you put them on an art journal page, if you don't draw attention to them by, you know, doing a pop box around them or anything like that. But I thought, wouldn't they look really nice if you could just stamp a little quote onto one of these little irregular, because I didn't want them to be exact, I didn't want them to be perfect, I wanted them to be a little bit odd, a little bit strange, onto a little tag that you could use in your composition. And they're just a perfect little accompaniment to an art journal page, particularly if you're doing a loose kind of collage-y art journal page. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I thought I would include this in the vlog. So let me turn over to my overhead camera and I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do. It's not going to be long, but you'll get the idea. Right, so just quickly, I've got my little, I think it's 5x5 art journal. I've got some cotton rag watercolour paper that I'm just going to wet just a little bit, and then I'm going to drop in some of my vivid watercolours just in a couple of places, and I'm just going to work those in with a brush. And then while it's still a little bit wet, just clean the brush off. Just bring in some red. Just so that it has a little bit of a blend. And then all we need to do is just to kind of diffuse it out a little bit. Or just leave it to do its thing. Whichever you fancy. I'm going to leave it to do its thing. When I say leave it to do its thing, we're going to give it a little bit of a push. Okay, so that's going to be the background of my page. So all kind of, it's a little bit damp now, moisture's gone through, so the condensation's come through the other side of the paper and just dampened my worktop a little bit. That's fine, get rid of that. And then what I'm going to do, put that to one side so I won't stick it down until it's actually done. So I've got some scraps of paper just from lying around from what I used a few days ago, and I'm going to just glue those down onto the page. Just real quick. So I'm going to glue that down into the middle, and then I'll have this one, which is from a really old paper pad that I originally brought back from the States on probably, I think, one of my last visits over there. Probably bought from Aventura in Miami, South Beach. Possibly. I'm not sure, I can't remember. It's that old. And another piece, this is just a scrap from the retro collage paper pad. And the other strip of handwriting text, if you like, is just a piece from a sheet from a really inexpensive, I don't even know where I don't even remember where that came from. Really don't remember where it came from. Right, so that's going to be kind of like the background. We haven't finished just yet. So I want to do a similar sort of thing to this. This is the cardstock. So it's a cream colour. They call it Old English Cream. But I think it's more kind of like a kind of like porcelain colour. Maybe. I'm just going to put a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom, and then I'm going to work that across the tag with my finger, and it will dye back. Some tissue, because I'm going to add some more water to it. Just let it sit for a second or two, and then I'm going to just start lifting some of that off. There we go. Love that. So again, just give that a blast with a heat gun. I've got a little bit left over just on the worktop there, so I'm just going to try and mop that up. That'll do. Right, and I've got some tea dye distressing. That'll do nicely, thank you very much. And then I've got some string over here that I've stolen from the shed. A little bit of hemp twine, just because. Right, and quote wise, I think I'm going to go for that one. You must strive to find your own voice. It's only a small one, so let's just grab, in fact, let's do it properly. Let's use the stamping block. Do it like that. Or shall we use a different one? See, look, I'm torn it now, because this will fit most of them. Let's try that. I'll tell you what, let's do that. Don't look back. Don't look back, you're not going that way. Because these are written backwards, aren't they? That's the one. Flip that back over, and then make sure we get this the right way around, which is going to be that way, which I think will do. Just bring that down there, and then get a little bit of ink. Perfect. When I say perfect, I mean that'll do. Because it doesn't matter if it's perfect or not, but it'll do. It'll do. All right. Grab a bit of that string. Let's roll it up. Before we do, pen. Let's add a little bit of faux stitching to it. try not to touch the stamping, because sometimes these Versaclear inks take ages to dry. Sometimes. Let's just draw in a reinforcer there. Right. Bring that string in. Okay, maybe a bit long. That'll do. And then we can add that either with some glue or with, if you've got some, you could do a little raised foam pad dimensional thing. And then I've got a little Tim Holtzy ephemera butterfly here. I've just seen, it was just lying on the desk. So I thought, well, I'll tell you what, why don't we just make use of that as soon as it's here. Like so, and that can just sit on that. And then we can just create a bit of a scrabbly border. Let's go around the page. Grab my pad, glue, and then just stick it into my journal. And there's nothing stopping you from adding some undecipherable journaling text in there if you wanted to. You could go around, add a few more spots and black marks, doodling dots, some Zentangling, whatever you want to. But I just wanted to show you how quickly you could create something just by using one of those little tags as a bit of a mini focal point to an art journal page. If you haven't got anything else, or you don't want to stamp a quote or sentiment onto your page just on its own, you wanted something to frame the quote or frame the quote a little bit more. So as I was saying, so those are now on the website. There are 2 sheets. You get 2 sheets, 2 laser cut sheets in this lovely kind of china. I was going to say china white. It's not, is it? It's not porcelain. It's like Old English cream. That's what I'm calling it anyway. So you get 2 sheets. So effectively, you're getting 20 of those little tags in the set. So they're there now, if you're interested. But yeah, I enjoyed doing that little quick project with you. So Ian's been out in the garden this afternoon. I said, have a look at the apples to see whether or not any of them are ready to be pulled. And as you can see, there's a lot more apples than we realised. Considering it's only a 4-foot tree, there was a lot more apples hiding in there than we actually realised. Obviously grown completely without pesticides or anything like that, all organic. So there are a few spots on the skins, but we don't mind that.
We're going to peel them anyway.
Yeah, just the odd 1 or 2. But I mean, look at that, it's a beauty. Just a few little spots.
We did lose some down between the bed and the fence, but we have a house mouse, a field mouse that lives under the shed with his family. So he'll be able to have those for his tea.
Absolutely. So yeah, like I said, bit of a bumper crop this year. Totally unexpected. So it's now 12:30 on Monday, the 16th of September. And as you could see from the previous bits of footage, I've taken Dad down to the Optician's this morning to have his ears syringed. I know, it's a service that they do, both audiology and ophthalmology. Yeah, you know what I mean, eyes. So they do eyes and ears. So he's had both his ears syringed. They've cleared one completely, but they aren't able to clear the other one, the left one, because there's a hard lump. I know it's a distasteful subject, but you know, we all have to do it. We're all human, we all go through it. So he's got some olive oil medicated spray to try and soften it, and he's going back again in a fortnight. But he's also got his new hearing aids. So his hearing has pretty much been restored back to normal, so he can hear properly now, and we don't have to shout at him anymore, which is a huge relief. And Mum is totally and utterly grateful that she doesn't have to shout at him anymore. So that's good. And also been looking for some wide shoes for Mum. We found 2 pairs today. So I've taken some photographs. It was in a shop next door to the Optician's. So we had a quick look in. I found a couple of pairs that I think Mum would like, knowing what her style is. And they're wide as well. They're what they call an E-fit. So they're soft leather, so they'll fold, they'll stretch quite nicely to fit her feet. But I took some photographs and I've just shown them to Mum, and she does like one of the pairs. So next time I go in, I'll go and grab those shoes as well. So everybody's happy this morning. The sun's shining as well. So the temperature's, I won't say risen a bit, but it's a lot warmer than it has been for the last couple of days. And it's dry, the sun's out, we've got blue skies, and it's lovely. So all I need now to make it perfect is some lunch, because I'm hungry again. Come on. Ketchup, that's it. Good lad. So it's Tuesday. Ian's gone to work today. As you can see, the sun's out. It was a lovely day yesterday. So much so that we had to put blankets out for the boys so they could sit out in the sun in the garden again. We thought all that was behind us, but obviously not. Oh. So I put the cushions back out on the chairs for the boys while the sun's out, while I was working in the garden. And as you can see, they've cleared off upstairs. It's obviously too warm for them. So I've got some laundry out today, but also I've done some more tidying up in the flower beds. I've cut all the seed heads and dead flower heads from the Nifophias, the red hot pokers over there. I've tidied up some of the seed pods and stuff from the hostas. And I've also cut back all the lavender. As you can see, the patches underneath now, all the grass is died because it was all laying and all coming down and touching the floor. So I've cut all that back, and I'll wait until a bit later in the season, and then I might cut it back even further and cut out some of the other plants in there and give it all a good clearing out, and maybe look at planting something else next year. We've got gaps already that have started to appear where things have died away for winter, so we need to put something back in that spot there. I'm not really sure what. But I've got a couple of empty pots that I want to plant up for winter as well. So that's going to be the next job. Look at the Xantha dishes. Look at those beautiful lilies. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, so that's going to be my job for the next couple of weeks, I think. To decide what to put in for winter and autumn. So normally I change the baskets over and put things like in that one there. That one. And normally I will change the flowers out and I'll put things like ivy and evergreens in there, so there's some greenery in the garden over winter. But we'll have to see. I'll have to get a chance to go to a garden centre, so that's something to look forward to.
Well, we've just been out for our walk and they're both tired. Bentley is a tired boy this morning. He a tired boy, baby. But unfortunately, Nipper has had a bit of a mishap. I'll show you. Nipper, bless him, has hurt his paw. Are you alright, sweetheart? We were out this morning and he's got stung by a wasp. Well, you can see that paw's quite thin. That paw isn't. Put them next to each other. So he's a bit sorry for himself, aren't you, sweet pea? So he's going to have lots of love, lots of cuddles and lots of kisses today. And possibly some antihistamines. So we'll keep you posted how he is. Well, we have good news. Nipper is back to normal, practically back to normal. I'll turn the camera and have a look. It's still a little bit swollen. He's had a little walk this afternoon, but he's a lot better. So here he comes.
Swelling's gone down a real lot.
Swelling's gone down a heck of a lot, yeah. Here he is. Yeah, Nippy. Daddy's been cooking mince for them over there, so...
Yes, I've just cooked some minced beef to supplement their meals. You're looking at me because you want a treaty? Come on then.
Go around there then. Look at this. Look at this. This is the magic tin. Let's have a look.
This is the new magic tin.
Oh, it smells lovely actually.
There you go then. There you go then. Oh yes, that swelling's nearly all gone now.
Nearly all gone, bless him. Happy boys. And even better, Mike.
What?
No vet's bills.
Oh, that's even better. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.